Shio, everybody in TV land. Tuyukoto I, Ayashti, Kanayegi, Tagwatoa. Yes, it's the Fierce Truth Seeker. And we're back doing another live. Okay, just stay tuned. I'm going to just do an audio check. And in about 2 minutes, we will start. So everybody in YouTube land, just stay tuned. I'm going to check the audio. Everybody in YouTube land. Okay, it sounds good. Okay. All right. So we're back. I see we have 4 people watching now. Oh, that's great. Um, so right now, I have a guest. Actually, you know what? Before we start, I need to notify someone that I'm doing this interview. Give me 1 second. I'll do it on my other computer here. Give me 1 second. Okay. All right. So I have a guest, and this particular guest is one of my dear elders. She is Cherokee, very knowledgeable, very active in the American Indian community for many, many, many moons. Okay. And my guest, her name is Mother Qualla, Sacagawea, Coachella Howard. And without further ado, Mother Qualla. Sure.
CEO family, my name is Qualla of the Cherokee clan, North Carolina. I was born on the Cherokee Res here in North Carolina. My mother is Cherokee. My mother's family is all Cherokee. My dad is from the Bahamas. That is my background. I lived in North Carolina for a while, but I spent more time in New York State. And I became very active in the movement because of my heritage, and I want more people to know about the Cherokees. A lot of people don't really know that much about us. I spent some time on the Navajo Res. I went to an Indian School of Law out there. I was president of the student government. I am a lawyer. I've traveled a lot. I was supposed to go to China to lead 272 passes, but however, my legs went out on me and I didn't get my passport back in time. And right now I'm here in North Carolina, and I hope to carry on everything. I also belong to the UN. I'm for peace, for the Indian nation, for the indigenous people of the world. And that is a little bit of my background. And so if anyone would like to comment or ask me questions, I'd be more than happy to answer them.
Yes. Well, let me just check this audio here. Let me see.
I would like to comment or ask me.
Oh yeah, the audio is good. The audio is real good. Okay. I see that Firebird is in the chat. I know I did promise that Firebird would be on today, but she just informed me that there was a misfortune. One of her friends had passed away, so she is unable to join us, but she is in the chat. Okay. Um, and she says hi to you, Mother Qualla, Firebird.
See y'all.
Yeah, she says hi to you. She says this is Firebird speaking. I'm reading what she's saying. She says I love you, Mother Qualla. Tell us about your activities, is what she's saying.
Okay. My activities now is such. I sort of slowed down a little bit, but I'm still active in a lot of things. I would like to get. I would like to get to go to Europe because they don't know anything about indigenous population. And I was asked to go to France. I have a friend in France that wanted me to come and give some seminars. If I'm up to it, I'd be more than happy to do that because I think we should get our indigenous population people out there because there are a lot of indigenous tribes throughout the world and people really don't know about them. There's a big, large group in Africa. I don't have the name right now offhand, but I'm going to make that available. Here in North Carolina, even though it's a Cherokee state, a lot of people don't want to talk about it because for whatever reason, and I believe that it's because they don't want to really say, well, we took the land and all that kind of good stuff, which is true. They did take our land. They did take it.
Yeah.
They did take it. But they don't want to talk about it. So they want to suppress it. I'm not the one to suppress things. I like to bring it to the forefront and get a good dialogue going on. So this way we can work out our problems. And a lot of people don't see it like that. And they say, well, you don't look Indian. Well, what does an Indian look like? The definition of an Indian is a deep copper tone, almost ebony color. So what does that tell you?
Exactly. Yep. Very true. Very true. And yeah, you have a wealth of knowledge. Every time that we speak, it's like my cup just gets so filled, you know. Um, and you tell us a little bit about some of the um, early, some of your early activities early on in life with the indigenous community. I know you have, a ton of stories that you've told me over the years. Share some of that stuff with the listeners.
Well, I've done walks. I went to Canada. I spent some time up there. They were having a problem with the land issue, so I went up there as an indigenous lawyer, because I am, to try and straighten that out. It got sort of bogged down, so that's where that's at right now, but because of what's going on. But I would like to continue that in the near future when things sort of calm down a little bit. And like I said, even with the Navajos, because I sat on the Navajo Tribal Council, and there was some stories written about me. They wanted to sort of shut my mouth, and I'm not the one for that. So backed down. She backed down. The girl who wrote the article, she backed down on it. And I told her to make my day because I'm here. I mean, let's talk about it. On this side, I've been known to raise some change. But I will not back down. I will not back down from issues. I will not. Because they are real and they are there. So in order to suppress them, no. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I mean, I bring it to the forefront, and they have to take it or leave it. At one point, I was running for Congress, but I sort of slowed down a little bit. I had a very good following.
When was that? What year was that?
That was in New York.
What year?
Wow. probably about 10, 15 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, and then the New Jersey Council, I was supposed to sit on the Indian Commissioner Board there, but because I was not a New Jersey resident, I couldn't sit. But here in North Carolina, I am a North Carolina resident, so I could probably sit on the board in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Wow. Wow. How is the native activities in terms of American Indians are concerned where you are now? Because you were in New York before, and you're back in North Carolina. How is it in the part that you are currently in, part of North Carolina?
I didn't understand the question because, like I said, our connection is not that great.
Oh, okay. Yeah. How you are now in you are now in North Carolina. How is the in terms of indigenous activities and stuff like that in the particular part of North Carolina that you moved to? How is it there?
It's not the greatest because they want to suppress it because we are in the deep South, and you know what happened between the Cherokees and the southern states.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so especially here in Jacksonville, I wanted to start something, but I didn't have enough help to help me get it started, so that I had to let that go. I tried to do a powwow, and Firebird was on my side. We wanted to do a parade because the Marine Corps is here, and we wanted to have the Marine Corps marching band, and then go to like the other indigenous tribes here that's within North Carolina to get them all involved. But we couldn't drum up enough help, and that was our problem. And you have 5 tribes here. You have the Boheras, you have the Lumbees, you have the Cherokees. They're here, but they didn't want to, I guess, come to the forefront and just come out like we were and give us the help that we needed. So we had to let that go.
Wow. Man. Yeah, that's sad.
Because you're in the South, you're in the South. You're in the South States.
Wow. And for the viewers, you also have an extensive library that you had been working on. Tell us a little bit about that project, how it got started, what inspired you, things of that nature.
What inspired me when I lived upstate New York, because I was active with the Mohawk Nation, the 6 Nations, and I decided that I wanted to do a Native American Culture Heritage Research Library. So I did receive help on that. The library is alive. It's registered in Virginia because Virginia is a Cherokee state. So they said that you could get whatever monies you needed, you could ask Virginia for, because it is a Cherokee state and you would not be denied. So that's exactly what I did. So the library is very extensive, and the thing that I wanted to do with the library was to have every indigenous nation within the world to have information on it, so whenever someone wanted to know about whatever tribe it was, that they could come to the Native American Culture Heritage Research Library Museum Archives. And I got registered legally. I got registered. And that's what I have now in my house. And it's very extensive. So whatever someone needed to know about it, I wanted to have those books. But I wanted to have the books that was true, not something that the quote-unquote Yone wrote about us. Because how can you tell someone about their history? We can't do that. Because they have just a lot of lies. So the books that are printed about us as indigenous people through the Yones, they don't know our history.
Exactly.
So how can you print something about a person, about the history, if you don't really get it from the source? You can't do that.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Very true. Very true. Wow. Yeah,
like I was saying to you, I wanted to share that with you, so I need to pass it along because I have books that you cannot find now. I have information that you cannot find now. So I need to pass it along to one of our own that would keep it alive and maybe can take it and run with it. Now, it would, I'll tell you, if you really wanted to go to Europe and do the library, you would not have a problem.
Wow, I'm honored. I'm definitely honored, you know. Wow. I appreciate that. Man. Yeah. Yeah, you've put in a lot of work over the years.
Yes.
You know. A lot of work. Yeah.
Yes. And Oren Lyons from the Oneida Nation had sent me a letter and told me he was a good idea. And they sent me a check for $70,000, but I had to send it back because I really didn't have the help to help me with it. So I was not about to go to jail. So I had to return that.
Wow.
Princeton University approached me and said to me, "We will house your library." I said, "Oh no, you will not, because then it'll be Princeton library and not my library."
Exactly. You already know. That's exactly what would happen.
So I refused. I said, "No, I can't do that. I can't do that." So then something else came up and it says the library says Indian preference for hiring. This is where you discuss. I said, "No, I'm not. I'm not saying that the library will not hire somebody else that's not native, but what I'm saying is Indian preference."
Right, exactly. Always.
Because when I was out in Navajo land, I was hiring police for the Navajo Nation, and one guy came from Texas and told me, "Why don't you want to hire me because I'm white?" I said, "No. I'm just saying that it's Indian preference."
Exactly. Which is the way that it should be.
And that's not going to change.
Yeah.
But no, the library is legally and is registered with the Library Association. Yes, it is.
Firebird is asking a question in the chat. She asks, are you planning a new library?
No, I'm going to keep the old library. If I could, if I had someone like you that was willing to travel and go to these countries and set it up, would be a different story, because there is a lot of money out there for the Native American Culture Heritage Research Library Museum Archive. There is. But it has to be tapped into.
Okay.
And if we don't have anyone that's well versed in what we need to do, then it's lost.
Yes, exactly.
So I need someone who's a really go-getter that will say, "I don't care what you think. This is it. Take it or leave it."
True.
And even in this country, believe it or not, there is money out there for us as indigenous people. But the Indian nations do not want to tap into it because they don't want to take money from the Caucasian. Take it. They took our land. Take the money.
Yeah. I hear that. Wow.
And then you go and turn around, you hire your own people. Bottom line.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line.
That makes sense.
Because until this day, Indians are hated worse than us as blacks. They are. That's a fact of life. Because we have a guilty conscience, so they'll tell you, "Oh, I'm sorry we did this." I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. And we have let's see who I'm gonna see who's in the chat. Give me 1 second. We have like about 9 people watching right now. So I just wanna see who all we have in here. Okay, we have Firebird, and we have Tamakius, Tahatan, Arahatak. Pardon me if I am mispronouncing any parts of your name, but welcome. Okay, and he says here, I'm not. He says that the Lumbee Indians down there, they're having some issues with the Lumbee Indians down there. Um, Tamakius, what is your particular nation, and where exactly are you? Maybe Mother Qualla can give some perspective. Let me see if he responds. Then we have another someone else who just joined, Mizak. Okay, and he says peace to the chat. I thank you, Mizak. And Firebird is asking. She wants me to ask about your son's spiritual activities. Yeah, let us know about your son and his spiritual activities. Firebird is inquiring.
Okay, my son. Okay, he's an uku. He's a medicine man. He lived in Australia for 20 years. He married a woman who is Mongolian, and so Mongolians are indigenous. So my son is indigenous. The medicine man from Mongolia had sent to him. They wanted to get together and talk about things. But in the meantime, the virus broke out. So my son is back here in this country, but eventually he will be going back, and I'm hoping to go back because I want to open up a school for the Aborigines in Australia, because Australia gave them back their land.
Okay.
And there's a lot of money involved in that.
Okay. Yeah. And Firebird is also saying the Cherokee Nation is also having some issues with the Lumbees.
I don't know why. The Lumbees issues are they're state recognized. They're not federally recognized.
Mm-hmm.
Lumbees are trying to get federal recognition. They were just turned down just a couple of months ago again because of the federal recognition. And my belief is that the Lumbees got to get it together. They own half of Wilmington. They're state recognized. They got $1.4 billion. So what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What federal recognition is, what they want is they want the tribe to be run like a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if the Lumbees have all of that together or not. But that's why they keep turning them down.
Okay. And Tamakius responded. He replied and said that Firebird also, before I get to Tamakius's comment, Firebird is stating as one of the reasons, she says competition. I'm not sure. She didn't elaborate, but she threw that out there as a factor, competition.
Okay. I can't see why they would be having competition, because the Cherokee Nation here in North Carolina is federally recognized. And I think they have a casino, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know what the competition would be.
Okay. Oh, so they have a casino down there in Carolina.
I think they do now. Don't quote me. I think the Cherokee Nation does have.
Okay.
But they are federally. The Cherokee Nation here they are federally recognized. They are.
Mm-hmm.
not the lumbies. The lumbies are state recognized, but whether they have supervised or unsupervised, that I don't know. And they should have unsupervised. That makes them a sovereign nation. If they're supervised, then you're going to have the government coming in to go over your books, and that might be the issue. I'm not sure of that.
Firebird is commenting. She's saying, greed. She say some lumbies are telling her that greed is a factor.
That what's affected?
That greed is a factor.
Greed?
Greed.
That could be. That could be. That could be correct. That could be correct. But I don't know why it should be, because the Cherokee Nation here, they're good. They're good to go.
Okay. Wow.
I got to look into that one further, because I do know some lumbies. So I'm going to see what else I can find out about that.
And Tamakius replied, he said he's Chickahominy from the Powhatan Nation. He lives in his homeland, Virginia now, but he once lived in North Carolina, and the Lumbies didn't really deal with them.
Oh, okay. That's a possibility. That's a big possibility. That's a big possibility. She's from Virginia? The Powhatan?
Yeah, I think it's a he. I think Tamakius is male. Yeah.
Ask them to female any of the pins, the PINN, because I'm first cousin to them.
Oh, are you Tamakius? Are you related to the Pins? PINNS? Mother Qualla is related to them. Just throwing that question out there to you.
Okay.
And so I'm waiting for Tamakius to reply in the chat. Yeah, one of my good friend of mine is Chickahominy as well. Yeah. Oh, Firebird is saying that in 2020, the Cherokee Nation had testified against Lumbee recognition.
Wow.
I think I did hear something about that too.
Well, there is a book out called The Lumbee Nation. If you can get hold to it, it might clarify some of the stuff. They still have some problems. I'm going to give you the name of the book that just came out concerning the Lumbee Nation. Okay. Let's see. The Lumbee Indians is the name of the book. And it's by, it's The Lumbee Nation, An American Struggle by, I'm going to spell her name.
Let me, I have to correct that title. So what's that correct title now?
The correct title is The Lumbee Indians, An Indian Struggle.
The Lumbee, not the Lumbee Nation, the Lumbee Indians. The Lumbee Indians in
An American Struggle.
In American Struggle or An American Struggle?
An American Struggle.
Okay.
And it's by, I'm going to spell it Malinda. Melinda. Middle name is Maynor. Last name is Lowery.
Melinda Maynor Lowry.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, and it's not that old.
Really?
Okay.
It sounds familiar. The name sounds familiar.
Okay. It comes out of Chapel Hill. I'm looking for the date on it.
1960. Okay.
But that goes into detail a lot concerning the Lumbee Indians.
Okay.
So if you can get a hold of that book, let's see, there's a second book. If you can get hold to the Lumbee Problem. That's another very good book that goes into detail concerning the Lumbees. The Lumbee Problem. The making of an American Indian people.
The making
of an American Indian people.
Okay.
And the author is Karen, Karen. Initial I, last name is BLU.
Okay.
Now, if you get those two books, that will go into exactly details concerning the Lumbees.
Okay. Beautiful. The Lumbee Problem, The Making of an American Indian People by Karen I. Blue, BLU.
Absolutely correct.
Okay. Let me, I'm putting that in the chat now for the viewers who may want to check out that reference. And now I'm looking at Tamakius's reply. Tamakius says that in terms of if in any relation to the pins, he says not that he knows of. He came from the Charities. That's his people's name. His people are the Charities. That's his people's name.
He came from where?
His people's name is Charity.
From the Lumbees?
No, he is Chickahominy.
Oh, Chickahominy, that's Virginia.
Virginia. Mm-hmm.
That's Virginia. That's Virginia. Now, there is money there for Indians in Virginia.
Okay.
You know, like if he wanted to start something with the Chickahomies, I don't know how well organized they are, but you know, if he wanted to like start a library or something like that, I'd be more than willing to work with him.
Okay. Yeah. And let's see. We have another comment coming from Firebird. She said that the chief said that they have no. She said they have no records of treaties, reservations, native language. This was his complaint.
Which tribe?
Which tribe, Firebird? Gonna wait for her to reply in the chat. Let me see who else we have here in the chat. Let's see. Yeah. There's more people watching than there are people who are commenting. Let's see. I have another. Okay, someone else. Tracia Lee, 50 Lee says peace. Annie Roots, Foreman of Virginia, in many the chat. And Firebird. Let's see. Firebird is saying read the above complaint. Let me see. I'm not sure what she's referring to. We read everything already. Yeah, but yeah. So yeah, you can continue from when you were talking about those two books. You were
Well,
yeah, you were referencing those two books when we oh, Firebird is saying federal North Carolina Cherokee. That's who she's referring to.
okay. Yeah, well, they say the Cherokees in North Carolina are federally recognized. The Lumbeys are not. They just got turned down again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I guess there's a lot of problems and they haven't got it all together. And all these years, they should have had it together. State recognition, they got enough money, so I don't know what their complaint is.
Yeah.
They got $1.4 billion.
Wow.
What did they do with that money? I have the bill when it was passed. I have that bill. I can make it available to anybody to see. I have the bill when the Lumbeys got state recognition. I know they have a legal center. I know that.
Okay.
I know they own half of Wilmington. Yes, they do. But what the hold up is, they cannot get federal recognition, and the reason is because that tribe is not run like an organization. So there must be something else. But they got to cut this out and get their act together, which it may never happen, but it's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. And Firebird is saying, let me see here. She said that she said that he said the Lumbeys have no treaties.
That's a possibility. That's a possibility. That's a possibility. But I can look more into that end of it. That's a possibility.
Okay.
Because my card says Treaty Indians, okay?
Okay.
My card says Treaty Indians right on it. So that may be a possibility. They have some very well-educated people there. That's what I'm not understanding. Why they never signed a treaty.
Wow.
But those two books will go into detail, and maybe whoever's listening, if they get those two books, maybe they could glean something from it.
And let's see, there's another comment as well. Firebird says here that the Cherokees had said that they have no treaties, language, or reservation.
Yeah, that's in the book. It talks about all of that. It really goes into detail concerning that, the language, and they probably don't. I'm going to start looking more into it myself about that language in the treaty bit.
Yeah.
They have written language.
Interesting. Wow. Yeah, see, I didn't know that.
And see, that's why that might be part of the problem.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Interesting. And Tamakius says that he wants to know more about his Okanichi side.
Okanichi. Yeah. All right.
And he says that would be the Watkins. That's the surname, the Watkins.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
No Okanichis. Oh, yeah. John Blackfeather. That's the kid knows John Blackfeather. He's Okanichi.
Tamakius, do you know John Blackfeather? He is Okanichi. I'll wait for him to reply.
Oh.
And in the meantime, Firebird says that it is said that the Lumbees are really Cherokee that ran to Lumbee River.
Well, the Lumbees got their name from the Lumbee River.
Okay.
Okay. That's in the book too. It talks about the Cherokee Cherokees with the Lumbees. They wanted to come together, but somehow they never got it together. Now the Cherokee Cherokees, my stepmother is a full-blood Cherokee Cherokee. There seems to be some conflict between the two. Okay, but it's in the book. Okay, it's in that book. The Lumbee problem. Okay, and it will talk about the Cherokee Cherokees.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah, Firebird is saying one people divided.
She's saying what now?
She's saying it's one people that were divided.
Yeah, they were. Instead of coming together, I think that's where they messed up. And the Lumbees could be Cherokees and don't want anybody to know it. It's a possibility.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And Tamakius says he doesn't know John Blackfeather, but he will look him up. He said his people on that side didn't talk much about it, and he didn't know what happened to his great-grandfather and the tribe.
Okay. But he's Chickahominy, right?
Yeah, and Okanichi.
And Okanichi. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Now, also, Mother Qualla, you specialize in American Indian law.
Yes, sir, I do. U.S. Title 25 is all Indian law. If anyone cared to purchase the law book, it's all Indian law. Because we are not under the state, we're under the federal government. So if you, I go back to the Navajos because I spent a lot of time with them. They have their own tribal courts.
Okay.
I put together a peacemaker tribal court when I was out there. What I wanted to do was go all over Canada and set up tribal courts, but they didn't want to pay me. I figured I went to school. I want to get paid. But anyway, Indian law is quite different from American law. For instance, you have two Indians. This happened when I was out there. We had one Indian from South Dakota and one Indian from Seattle. The couple was this married couple. So they went to court because they got a divorce. So when they were in South Dakota, and then one went back to Seattle, what happened in Indian law, you have the siblings, according to Indian law, is whoever the sibling spent more time with. So the parent that was in Seattle, that sibling spent more time with grandma. So guess who got the sibling? Grandma, because the child spent more time with grandma in Seattle and not the mother in South Dakota.
Okay.
That's how Indian law works.
Okay. Yeah.
It's quite different.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And how long have you been studying in American Indian law?
For years.
Mm.
For years. I even met Wilma Mankiller.
All right, right, okay, yeah, yeah. I think I remember you telling me that you met Wilma Mankiller. For
Yeah,
those in for those in YouTube land who don't know who Wilma Mankiller was, Wilma Mankiller was the former principal chief of the Cherokee Nation, and she was the first female um, principal chief of the Cherokee Nation. Right, exactly, exactly. In Tahlequah, that's right, in Tahlequah, Oklahoma. And she became she took that position in 1985, I believe. And yeah, but she is of course she is deceased now. But she was a former chief of the Cherokee.
Yes,
Yeah.
she was.
So I just wanted to give them some perspective as you were talking. So yeah, so you met Wilma Mankiller.
She invited me to the Cherokee Nation in Tahlequah.
Wow. Wow.
She was German, you know.
Yes, yes, yes. I do know that. Her mother was German. Yep. Yeah, her father was Cherokee.
Right, Slope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her father was Cherokee, but her mother was German, so she was German.
Right. Right. Exactly.
But she was good for them. She was. She was.
Mm-hmm.
Some people liked and some people didn't, but we know how that goes.
Right, right, right. Yeah, a lot of controversy and
Yep.
yeah.
They said she let in too many white people.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I didn't want to say it, but hey, you went there. Oh man. And for my viewers, I want to show the book. Give me 1 second. I want to find this so that I could give my viewers some background about who you are. Give me 1 second. I want to find this. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Where is it? Let me see. Hold on. Hold tight.
Okay.
Anyway, it's only because I'm looking for this book why I can't find it. If I wasn't looking for it, it would be all in my face. But anyway, you know how that goes, right? It was here all week, you know. But yeah, for the viewers, Mother Qualla is the elder who put me on to the book that I was reading from the other day on called "Confounding the Color Line." Yeah, Mother Qualla is the one who put me onto that book many moons ago, as well as a couple of other references that I was mentioning and reading from on past shows. So Mother Qualla is definitely a heavyweight. She's nobody to be slept on. Okay, she's very knowledgeable. Um, yeah, but yeah, Wilma Mankiller talks about Wilma Mankiller in that book too. Confounding the color line. Yeah, it references some stuff, but you know, it is what it is.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And we have another person that just joined in, Lil Mayhem, Wild Indian TV. Shio, he says Shio. He's just joining in, and he's giving you a shout out, Mother Qualla.
Oh, hello.
He says Oshio. Yeah. But yeah, that is and Firebird says Oshio too. She says Oshio. And yeah, I tell you, so much information, you know. And I know you have a lot more to your story, and I will be having you back on the show. Again, this will not be the last time. You know.
Well, if anyone, if they have if they want to know anything, they can always write me.
Yeah.
I'll be more than happy to share whatever information that I have.
Okay, what I'll do is I will put my email up, and whatever they want, I can have them to email me directly, and I'll get it right to you.
Okay, well, any book that they're interested in, I probably have it.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put my email in the chat in case anyone wants to do that. Give me 1 second.
Or if they want applications from the Cherokee Nation in Oklahoma or from the Cherokee Nation here in North Carolina, I could make sure that they get applications if they want to apply to the tribe for membership.
Okay.
I'll be very in depth. I'm going to tell you that now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're right about that. I'm gonna put my email up.
Okay.
Okay, so I just put my email up for if anybody wants to get that information from you. Okay, we have another viewer who just came in as well, Chanel. She says, Shiu. Yep. Shiu, Chantel. Yeah. Yeah, man, I really wish we had more time, but this will not be the last time that I have you on the show, and I really appreciate
I don't ski.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but any book that they're interested in, I probably have it in the library. Once I get to New York, then, if they want to come over, we could have them over and to the library. They could see the books. They can't take them out, but, we can always give them an address where they can get them, because there are companies that only sell Native American books. And that's the companies that I deal with. Okay. Even with Indian music, I have over 100 tapes. I mean, if they want to tape something, that's fine by me. Mm-hmm. Canon Records. You can get Indian music from Canon Records. Okay. So, I mean, if they're interested in anything like that, the books, the music, or whatever, then the library has it, because that's what the library is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, very impressive library. And so, yeah, I will be having you back on very soon. And I appreciate you for coming out and sharing with us. Oh, Raven Walter. Oh, Raven is in the chat. Wow. Hey, you, Raven. How's it going?
Hey, do I know? Ask Raven, does she know me, Mother Qualla? I met someone called Raven one time, and I'm trying to place her. Raven.
Let me see. Do you know Mother Qualla Raven? I think she does. Um, she, if so, reply in the chat. Um, I'll wait for her reply there. Oh, and Firebird says hi, Raven. Yeah. Wow. Seems like when we get ready to go off, everybody's coming in. Oh man. Yeah, but for those who missed it, um, you can always look at it um, on YouTube. Raven, she replies, she said, you might know her. I wish I had a picture of you to put up. I know she would probably know you by face.
Okay, I'll try and get something on for you.
Okay, that'll be great. That'll be great. Or even if maybe your son or your daughter has a. I'm pretty sure they have email. If they have email, they can just email me a picture, and that'll work just fine too.
I'll tell you what. Do you have my cell number?
I'll get it from you after we.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there is a picture. There is a picture of me on my cell.
Okay. I will when we get off the phone, I will get that from you. This way you don't put your personal, information out on the television. You know what I mean?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then Manatazak Mayam is joining in too. Wow, everybody's coming in. Oh man, everybody's hey, Shiu, Malatazak, yeah, Shalom, yeah.
Yeah, tell them, when I get to New York, we're going to start an intertribal. So anybody who want to come, hey.
Yay, that's what's up.
You can join the organization.
Yep. She says, Manatazak says, shout out to me, he says, shout out to Two Feathers. Yeah, Two Feathers. And all the other brothers and sisters. Yeah. Greetings, Brother Manatazak. And we also have someone else who just joined in, surrender to the Most High Dream. Greetings. Yeah, greetings to you as well. And let's see who else. Yeah, everybody's wow. Okay. Lil Mayhem, Wild Indian TV says Shio, hey, Shio. And Surrender to the Most High Dream is just tuning in. He wanted to know what we were talking about. Yeah, so we are honoring Women's History Month with honoring Indigenous women. Okay. And tonight we are honoring one of my elders, a Mother Qualla Sacagawea Howard. Okay. And she is Cherokee. For those who just joined, you can reintroduce yourself, Mother Qualla.
Of the Cherokee clan, bird clan. And this most precious brother asked me to come on, and I am excited because I really love him. He is my son. He is family. And yes, I've done a lot of things. Like I said, an Indian lawyer, lived in Navajo Reds, went to school out there, Cherokee lawyer, also a DA. He went to law school. Also, I don't think he knows that I was nominated as chief of the Cherokees of Georgia. So,
now that I didn't know. Okay.
Oh. You didn't know that. Okay, I'm gonna have to
show you. Wow. Oh man, you hit me with that one. I thought I knew everything. Okay. Wow.
And I'm glad that the Creator has brought me this far so that I did have a chance to do those things and network with a lot of people. I've networked with a lot of people that have old money. Okay, so I've got a pretty good background there. I'm not bragging, but yeah. That's it. But that's me. But to God be the glory, and I thank the Creator for allowing me to see the things that I've seen and to be the people that I have networking to get where I am. So I want to thank the Creator for that, and my brother for the love that he has shown me. He's truly family, and I love him dearly.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Likewise, the feeling is mutual, you know. Yeah, but wow, everybody's coming in at the last minute. But Mother Qualla will be back. Okay. She will be back. And Raven says shout out to Firebird. And Lil Mayhem Wild Indian TV is shouting us out too. Surrender to the Most High. Um, Says his mother was Cherokee. She's from Alabama, and the word Alabama means the clearer, the thicker. Oh, okay.
Alabama's a Cherokee state.
Mm-hmm. And let's see who else. I don't want to miss anyone. If I missed anyone, my apologies. It's not intentional. But I'm here hosting and looking in the chat at the same time. For those who are just joining, Firebird is in the chat. She was supposed to be on the panel as well, but she had a death of one of her good friends, and so that's why she's not on the panel tonight. Okay. Oh, got another person just joined in as well, Curtis. Um, Curtis, you, Kla, Taki, Paki. I'm not sure which. Let me see. I'm not getting the phonetics. I don't want to butcher your name, Curtis. If you give me the phonetics on your name, this way I don't butcher it. I don't like butchering people's names. Yeah. And he says Shio to you and to us. Oh, it's Muskogee. Okay, the name is Muskogee. What's the phonetics on that Muskogee name, Curtis? Meaning, put the words how they sound. This way, I pronounce your name correctly. Yeah, I don't like butchering people's names. But yeah, I'm so glad that we had a pretty good turnout. And again, oh, somebody wanted. Oh, yeah. We had another comment. Somebody wanted to know what was. Oh, okay. Here's the Wewa or Oi Wa A La Bugdi. Okay, or Oi Wa. Okay, great. Um, and Firebird says next time it'll be the three of us, me, you, and Firebird, Mother Qualla.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to sign off now because my wife is about to pick up the broom and start hitting me with it, because she's making dinner. And when I told her I was gonna do a live, she gave me the stink face, and looking at me cross-eyed, So, so I'm going to get my dinner before it's served cold. we get it while it's hot, at least while it's lukewarm. Manatazak said, tell her the Manatazak said don't do that. Exactly. Hey, Manatazak said don't do that. Oh man. Yeah, and Curtis says he's trying to learn his name like his ancestors spoke it in the language. Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, Curtis. It's all about that. Learning the language, learning the traditions. You know, I always tell my viewers.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Oh yeah. I always tell my viewers, you know, you have to learn the culture. Nobody's going to take you seriously if you don't practice the culture.
That's right. That's right. Now, do they have a book on the Cherokee language?
Yes.
Now, I have a book. What I'm saying is, do they have a language book?
Yes. Yes. There's quite a few books out now.
Okay, so I was just thinking, you know, if they had one that they could get one. And I'm sure they do because, you know, Cherokee, see, there's Western Cherokee and there's Eastern.
Exactly.
Oklahoma speaks Western and North Carolina speaks Eastern. That's what it was.
Exactly. Yeah, most of the time when I am on the show, you know, I'll, you know, speak the Western because that's what most, you know, people know, you know. Every once in a while I'll throw in some Eastern in there, but nobody will really know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know why, don't you? Because the Eastern is more Algonquin like the Six Nations, because the Cherokees are the blood brothers to the Six Nations.
Exactly.
So there's more of an Algonquin language, which is coming from the Six Nations of state New York and North.
Yeah. That's
so they
true.
Understand Western better.
Manatazak is making a comment. He says Two Feathers teaches the Cherokee language. Yes, indeed.
Absolutely.
And I know there's more questions in the chat, but I have to get my dinner. You know, I don't want problems with the with the missus.
I understand.
I have to give her that time, you know.
Yep.
Yeah. But for those who had further comments and questions, do tune in for the next live show. I will definitely it's Mother Qualla. They're loving you, Mother Qualla. So I'm gonna have to get you back on here before the month is out because it's Women's History Month, and you know, we definitely want to get you back and do like a part 2.
Okay.
Because people are just coming in, just joining, and they're really interested, you know. Oh, and Manatazak leaves a comment here. Manatazak, he teaches the ancient Hebrew, and yes.
Well, you know, they say there's a book called wait a minute. It has to do with the ancient Hebrews because they claim that Cherokees are the same thing.
Yeah, he teaches the ancient Hebrew.
Yep, that's right. That's right. Flames of Fire. I think that's the name. I have the book.
Flames of Fire.
It talks about that.
Flames of Fire. Let me write that.
But I'll be sure, because I'm not by my bookcase right now, but I'll be sure to make sure you have the proper name of that
proper
book.
Title. Okay, Flames of Fire. I won't write it in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
It has to do with that, okay? But I'm sure, but I want to give you the correct title.
Okay, yeah. So Manatazak, if you're listening, write that title down. Just in case, for reference, so that I remember to ask that question on the next time I have Mother Qualla on the show. Yeah. And he says, Manatazak says, um, Lashawan Kadash. He said that is the holy tongue.
Okay. Okay.
Mm,
Okay.
interesting.
Okay.
He wants to know if you know about the Salagi in South Carolina. Oh no, this is not Manata. This is someone else. Lil Mayhem, Wild Indian TV wants to know if you know about the Salagis in South Carolina.
I don't think you have too many. You probably have some in South Carolina, but I don't think you have many.
Okay.
Okay. But I'm sure that we went through there with tears.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so on that note, wow, I wish we had more time, but I'm gonna have to sign off, and we will do this again, you know, and
yes, we will.
as we
shall.
for sure. Oh, somebody else is just joining. Ninky Stratton. She sends love. Okay, much love to you too, Sister Ninky Stratton, and yeah. Oh, and Manatazak, he's he's letting it be known, which I know he is. He's Shoshone and Cherokee.
Oh, Shoshone. Ah, Sacagawea is a Shoshone name.
Right. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. So your namesake. Yeah. And yeah, we will do this again, my viewers. And on that note, um, I'm gonna say Donada Dodada Gahan'i.
Donada.
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 Stay on the line. I'm just gonna end the broadcast.